Today there are a lot of interesting updates from the Pokrovsk direction. Here, an elite Ukrainian Special Forces battalion launched a daring assault to reclaim a heavily fortified Russian stronghold south of Pokrovsk. Armed with precise tactics and detailed knowledge of the compound, they executed a flawless operation that left Russian troops unable to respond, dealing a devastating blow to the Russian operations at Pokrovsk. The goal of the Ukrainian forces in this area is to retake the Russian-controlled fortifications to the north of Pischane. This is because these powerful positions are part of a larger Ukrainian network of defenses on the outer perimeter of Pokrovsk. The Russian control of some of these positions is a significant threat to the Ukrainian defense of the city, as they could utilize these positions to launch further assaults. To achieve this, the Ukrainian command deployed the Shaman Special Forces battalion of the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Service. Shaman battalion is one of the most elite units of the Ukrainian military. With a long list of successful covert operations, they were the ideal choice to be sent in for the task. The main advantage of the Ukrainian forces in this area is the proximity of Russian-held positions to Zvirova and the rest of the agglomerations around Pokrovsk. This means the Ukrainian special operators could quickly infiltrate and assault the Russian positions without crossing open fields, using the nearby settlements and tree lines to provide additional cover. However, these defenses are well built, giving Russians a significant tactical advantage while controlling the position, which is also precisely why Ukrainians aim to restore control over them. These fortifications consist of multiple layers of defensive structures, including trenches with reinforced walls and concrete underground bunkers, to give protection against enemy artillery fire, while concealed firing positions or murder holes within the complex defend against threats from inside. However, it is important to note that the firing positions were built to defend against Russian assaults and are therefore facing away from the Ukrainians. Despite that, these positions provided adequate protection from Ukrainian shelling and are overall still formidable. This means that a conventional assault would be costly. However, the Shaman Special Forces battalion knew precisely what they had to do. The Shaman special operators were tasked to execute this operation at their own discretion. As the Ukrainians built this compound, they had the exact schematics available, meaning that the Special Operations Forces could plan their assault most effectively. This means they also know where the Russian soldiers would most likely be positioned and how to eliminate them most efficiently. Combat footage from the area reveals how the special operators initiated their operation with targeted drone strikes and sniper fire that managed to shock the Russian forces and soften up their defenses. The combined efforts led to the Russian fighters subconsciously withdrawing more and more into the underground bunkers. However, this was right according to the Ukrainians' plan. With the trenches nearly empty, the Shaman Special Forces managed to infiltrate and enter them almost unopposed, chasing and eliminating Russian fighters trying to hide deeper into the fortification. With the final few well-placed grenades, the Ukrainians eliminated the Russian survivors and took up their positions to prepare for a Russian counterattack that would undoubtedly follow. Unsurprisingly, Russians attempted to mount a counterattack, only for the special operators to counter them with rocket-propelled grenades to eliminate large numbers of bunched-up Russian soldiers. Marksmen with thermal scopes also dismantled groups of Russian soldiers trying to reclaim the complex through the forests, while survivors were finished off with drones. With their operation a significant success, the Ukrainian special operators exfiltrated the mission area, while conventional Ukrainian soldiers took over the trench complex and held it once more. Overall, the Ukrainians successfully executed a carefully planned assault with elite special forces, defied the difficult odds, and successfully eliminated a mighty Russian defensive stronghold. With control over this stronghold restored, Ukrainians are in a much better position to fight off any future Russian attack. However, with the positioning of this stronghold overlooking the Russian-controlled settlement of Pischane, Russian forces here might be in a worse situation than they think. If you are against the invasion of Ukraine and you want to support the work that I am doing, consider subscribing to our own independent news website. Here you can find our exclusive strategic insights, comprehensive overviews of all fronts, and regular tactical analysis videos. By subscribing, you will not only show your support for this channel, but also help and defend independent journalism. The link to our website is in the description. Thank you for watching this report, and I appreciate everyone who stepped up to join us.